Good day. My name is Arthur Justice, and I'm here to present to you the contemporary management techniques. Okay, so to start with, contemporary management techniques are modern approaches and practices that organizations use to manage people, process, and resources in today's complex, dynamic business environments. This focuses on the flexibility, adaptability, innovation, and strong emphasis on human capital rather than rigid hierarchical control. The following are contemporary management techniques: benchmarking, total quality management, that is into brackets TQM, continuous management, re-engineering, theory of constraint, mass customization, just-in-time system, value chain model, and balance scorecard. So these are the techniques that I'm about to talk about in the previous slides that I'm about to do. So the first technique that I would like to talk about is the benchmarking. Before I read what is on my slides, I would like to break it down for you to understand. Benchmarking means that as a business, you comparing yourself to other businesses, especially those who are doing well in the market, to adapt some of the things that they are doing that are helping them or that are making them perform well in the market. So the definition says that it's a systematic process of comparing an organization process, performance, and practices against those leading peers or best in class performers to identify the gap and improve opportunities. It often informs target setting and best adaptation across functions. So as I was saying, it helps you to know the place that you are not doing well, and it helps you to adapt stuff from people or other sectors who are doing very well in the market. Okay, so the second technique that I would like to talk about is the total quality management. So the total quality management simply means that involving all your employees, the people that are working for you, in satisfying the consumer or those who are buying the stuff from you. So I go on to read on the slides. It says that it is a holistic management approach that focuses on long-term success through consumer satisfaction by involving all employees in continuous quality improvement of products, services, and processes. It's emphasizing prevention or of defeat, standardization, and measurement of quality outcome. So as I was saying, this techniques means that you involve all your subordinates or those under you or those who are working under you to help you satisfy the consumer. For the main purpose of this is to bring continuity. So continuity. So the next technique that I would like to talk about is the continuous improvement. Before I delve in what is in my slides, I would like to explain it for you to understand it better. Continuous improvement means that as a business, you don't grow overnight. Yes, it's something that it is a process thing. Growing is a process like human being. It's not, you don't just wake up one day and expect to be an adult. So business too doesn't grow overnight like a day. It takes time. It takes time to grow. So I would like to read on what is in my slides and break it down for you to also understand. Continuous improvement is an overarching discipline that implies ongoing iterative improvement in management practices, often embedded in frameworks like TQM and Kaizen, where small continual changes accumulated to substantial performance gain. It supports sustaining competitive advantage through learning and adaptation. So as I was saying, in a business, you don't expect to just grow. Yes, it's something that is a process. You have to go through something that is like continuous something. It doesn't just happen like a day you are there and the business is boom. No. So the next technique that I'll move on to is the re-engineering. Before I move on to the reading that is in my slides, I would like to break it down for you to also understand this, like how I've been doing it in the previous slides. So the re-engineering, it simply means that a company has a system. Every company has a system in which it's being operated. So when we talk about re-engineering, it means the whole system is being demolished. The whole system is being demolished and new ones are being built. So when new ones are being built, one of the importance or some of the importance that comes in is it makes the business move faster, or it makes things faster. It may also makes things easier, and sometimes it makes things also cheaper. So I would like to go to my slides and I'll read what I have for you so that you understand what I just talked about. So reengineering, it is a radical redesign of core business processes to achieve dramatic improvement in critical performance measures such as cost, quality, service, and speed. As I was saying, you see, I was talking about that one. So typically involving process flattening and fundamental rethink rather than minor improvements. It requires top management support and often cross-functional project teams. So as I was saying, this engineering is something that is very broad and sometimes it's very difficult to do as a subordinate. So it needs the minds of the top management or the top level management to re-engineer a business or re-engineer a company. Sometimes it even brings in external people to also help us in re-engineering a company. So the next technique that I like to talk about is the theory of constraint, the TOC, the theory of constraint. Before I move on to what is in my slides, I would like to explain it for you to understand better. So this means that in a business there might be there's one thing that will be slowing down the business. There will be something that you might not spot it, but it might be bringing down the business. You might not know. So the theory of constraint means that finding that one thing that is slowing down the business and solving that problem. It helps to improve on it. Because when you see that this thing is destroying the business or this thing is bringing down the business, when you find possible solution to that thing, automatically the business starts to go well again. So I like to read what is in my slides for you to also understand. So it is a management philosophy that focuses on identifying the system's bottleneck and systematically improving on its systematically improving it to evaluate overall throughput and performance, guided by the idea that throughput is limited by the weakest link. Its emphasis on ongoing bottleneck management and other processes or steps. So this is what I was talking about. So that one thing that is not actually helping the business, you spot it out, then you find possible solutions to it. So the mass customization, it means that mass, something that is in bulk, also. So customization also means that something that satisfies a consumer or a consumer's interest. So I like to read what is in the slides and you understand it better. So it is a production strategy that combines the efficiency of mass production with the ability to tailor products to individual customers' specification, enabled by flexibility, process, model design, and responsive supply chains. It aims to deliver personalized offering at near scale efficiency. So as I was saying, it's something that mass customization means that you produce or provide the goods in mass number, that is large number, to the consumers or the customers' satisfaction. Also, I like to talk about the just-in-time system. This simply means that getting staffs or things that you need for production in time. You get the staffs that you need for producing goods, for supplying goods, everything that you need to help that process come on in time. So I like to read what is in my slides for you to get the better understanding of this technique. It is a pool-based production and inventory strategy that minimize waste by producing or delivering goods only as they are needed and in production process or by customers. Reducing inventory and lead time. It relieves on smooth workflow, reliable supplies, and quick change overflow. So as I was saying, the things that you need, place that you be supplying things to, you just do them in time. You don't really relax. You don't do them at the wrong time. So you do all the things that you need for the production, for doing stuff at the right time. The next technique that I'll talk about is the value chain model. This technique was brought into consideration by a man named Michael Porter. It simply means that every step that a business take, every change that a business make, it should just add value to the things that it's already existing. The product that is already existing, you just add value to it. So I like to read what is in the slides so that you can understand it better. So it is a framework to analyze all primary and support activities that create value for customers, from inbound logistics to after sales service, with the aim of optimizing each activity to gain competitive advantages. It's emphasizing interconnections and cost quality improvements across the entire chain. So as I was saying, that is value chain model. So the last technique that I would like to talk about is the balance scorecard. So in a business, what we are all looking for is profit. But in these techniques, it helps us to know that in a business, we don't just look at the profits, but sometimes we look beyond the profit. Yes, so this is the balance scorecard technique. So I like to read the points that I have in my slides so that you can understand it better. So it is a strategy performance management tool that translates visions and strategy into set of 4 perspective metrics: financial, customer, internal, processes, and learning growth, to monitor and manage performance and strategy execution. It links operational measures to strategic goals, and encourage balanced decision making. So as I was saying, sometimes you have to look beyond just the profit, and sometimes you have to fix some petty things in the business. So this is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you for listening and paying attention to whatever I just said. Thank you. My name is Altair Justice. Thank you.